Oh, hello. Hold on, I'm just trying to get this all fixed. How do I reload? Alright, is the video working for you by chance? Just wanted to make sure. Because on my screen it says an error occurred. So I'm just kind of curious if you guys could see me okay. Okay, let me try to see if this would reload for me. Okay, well, it's still giving me playback error, but I guess if you guys could see me, then I guess that's good enough, right? Okay. Yeah, well, usually well, it's because since I'm streaming on the phone, I usually bring it up on my computer too, because that's how I could see the comments as well, so I'm trying to make things a little bit easier. Let me actually turn on the main light. There you go. Hopefully that should help a little bit. I raised you guys up too, so I'm not like, definitely not in a weird spot. So I could just look to the side here to read the chat. Let's see, how's it going? Going to meet you about a Lightsaber meetup. Got an outfit plan for Avengers campus. All right, so let's see. We got 40 people here. That's more than I get on Instagram. So I guess let's go ahead and kind of talk about. Let's talk a little bit about Avengers campus. Actually, maybe we turn on this light. I don't know if that makes a difference or not. So let's go ahead and touch up on Avengers Campus really quick. I know some of you guys might want to know if I'm going to do any form of coverage for it, like I did with the Galaxy's Edge. Am I going to be doing any, product reviews that they have there? What's the deal with that, since it's a new land opening in the park? My current, as far as Avengers Campus goes, is one, looking forward to going. In fact, I'll be there on June 6th, which will be on a Sunday. So I'll be there at the California Adventure side that morning. I do plan on recording a bit around the campus, because I figured what I'll do, kind of like what I did with the Galaxy's Edge stuff, how before with the Galaxy's Edge, when I got into the preview portion of it, I kind of filmed around and gave you guys my first impressions kind of thing. I figured I'd do the same thing for Avengers Campus when that opens up. So, you guys, my thoughts. Now, keep in mind that when I do the first impressions thing on the Avengers Campus, it's gonna be kind of incomplete, because since I'm going there during the day, I won't be able to experience how it is at the nighttime portion, because by then I'll be over at Galaxy's Edge for lightsabers and stuff like that, because it'll be darker. So it'd be like my early first impressions during the day, and then whenever I go again, I'll try to go and see it at night to see how it looks. As far as the merch, I did take a look at what is being offered. Let me actually try to refresh this page really quick. There was a video that someone posted showcasing a lot of the merch that's going to be sold there, most of which didn't really cater towards my interest. Maybe about 3-4 things. So I don't know if there's going to be any like merch videos, to be honest. I might be like what I picked up from Avengers Campus kind of thing, or it might be just in that one video. What's for lunch? Leftover pizza. The ice was melting on my drink. It's all soaked in water. I'll use my face mask to dry my drink. There we go. So hopefully you guys don't mind that content for the Avengers Campus. Like I said, first impressions, what do I think, kind of thing, and showcase whatever merch that I get. I know it's not Star Wars, but I figured, you know, something a little bit different. Can you check and review on the Descendant MK2 on Saberforge? May I speak to you DM on Twitter, please? Yeah, you could send me a Twitter DM. I mean, I would have to speak to you after the stream, of course, but you're more than welcome to send a DM on my Twitter. No, the Avengers campus is currently, I don't know what happens at Disney World, the Florida location, but the Avengers campus is currently here in California at the Disney's California Adventure side. The area of the park used to be what was called A Bug's Life. Then they mowed it down and made it into, well, Avengers campus. Spider-Bot. Yeah, I saw the Spider-Bot thing. Yeah, it looked okay. Honestly, if I was looking for a bot, I'd be more battle bots kind of thing. Let's see. No, that's a dumb question. Let's see. On a scale 1 to 10, what would you rate the Legacy Darksaber? I don't know, maybe a 6, give or take. I guess something was bugging. I get it. Oh yeah, the Spider-Man eye goggle thing. That's actually one of the products that I thought looked pretty cool. I haven't seen it in action. Apparently, there's like a bunch of different gestures it does with the whole eye thing. I don't know how much they are, but it's actually one of the items that I wanted. There was a T-shirt that I saw that I want to get, and there was also a I don't know what they call it. I think it's like an Avengers badge. It has like a magnetic back, so you can actually attach it to your shirt. What's cool about it too is that it's got the giant Avengers logo on it, and apparently that glows. So at night, I'm pretty sure you'd see a bunch of people wearing them. That's actually pretty much the main three, and they have a really cool souvenir cup that they have, which is basically the Infinity Gauntlets. That's actually a Coca-Cola bottle holder. It's like, I think 27 bucks for that thing. How big is Avengers Campus? I honestly have no idea until I see it for myself. Let's see. What's the most expensive saber you have bought? I mean, as far as money put towards, this is probably my most expensive that I own just because of all the changes that it's been through. But if we're looking at just the cost of a saber without any changes or upgrades down the road, then I guess would have been the Vader's Vault Sovereign Elite. Am I the only person who thinks Mayor's Run needs an overlay to start the test of time? I mean, personally, between the two rides, Rise of the Resistance is pretty much my favorite between the two Star Wars rides that they have there. What's a good lightsaber company for dueling? Well, technically, if you're looking for a saber to duel with, basically you want to avoid anything that's NeoPixel. Just get something that's an LED-based saber and get a heavy grade blade, because let's see if I could showcase this. Oh, here we go. So, like, for example, this chassis here, this is an LED chassis, which means that the light source comes from this thing here instead of NeoPixels. NeoPixels is something like this, where there's a bunch of little LEDs that run in the blade, obviously something that you don't want to do heavy dueling with. But if you're getting a saber specifically with LEDs, then your blades look like this, which is 100% hollow. You could see right through it. There's nothing inside. And what's neat about these blades is that, one, they're way cheaper than NeoPixel, and two, they come in like 3 different tiers. There's like low grade, medium grade, or high grade. So you can get them in a high grade for heavy dueling if you really want to go at it. That would be your best option. So again, specifically dueling, any lightsaber that's LED, non-NeoPixel, and then you're pretty much good from there. And then you can just basically go on like Ultra Sabers, Saber Forge, and whatever other places sell specifically blades. What do you do for work? I work. Let's see, which lightsaber company, which legacy lightsaber will be coming next? Oh, that's what you meant. Well, if Disney doesn't give us any other surprises, then I would assume the next one to be Cal Kestis' saber, because we know it's coming this year. They've indicated that it's coming this year. So if there's no surprises along the way, then that would be the next one, unless if Disney comes around the corner next week or tomorrow. Actually, no, not tomorrow because it's Memorial Day, but you never know. He works as an accountant. Nah. Can Vader... I see. Can Vader's Volt be good for dueling? I mean, technically any saber can be duel with. It just depends on what you get for the install. Is the pack store reliable? I would say yeah. I have a lot of reviews done from the pack store for a lot of the different lightsabers. And the fun thing about the pack store is if you're getting a saber, whether it's Asteria or Profi, the majority of their Ultimate Works lineups, for an example here, is interchangeable between one another with the chassis. You know, just get a pre-kit, pop your fully installed one into the other one, and you're good to go. Unless if there's something else that's not Ultimate Works related, they do have some good options there too. If you could only have one Galaxy's Edge Legacy lightsaber, which would you get? So out of the Legacy lightsabers that are currently available, if I could only get one, just one only, which one would it be? Probably for me it would be pretty much Darth Maul, because I'm I'm biased in this case because I love double-bladed lightsabers, and Darth Maul had a really good legacy saber in my opinion. I mean, it was kind of a hard choice. It was either that or Obi-Wan's lightsaber. Yeah, so I mean, for me it'd be Darth Maul for sure. Let's see. Nice jacket, where can I get one? So this one here, this is the Transformer jacket that I'm wearing. I was wearing this in, what was it, the last video that I was uploaded? Let me get the site name. I have to give to my channel. I don't remember the company name on top of my head. Sorry if I'm kind of looking over you guys because you guys are blocking my search page. Transformer jackets. Oop, Sir James. I have the link in my video. Alright. Oh, here it is. Luca Designs. There it is. Luca Designs was the name of the company. Do you like the dark saber? I mean, is it just in general or a specific company based one? Because if it's just in general, do I like the dark saber? Then yes, I like the dark saber. How are you? I'm doing okay. I'm actually pretty excited because we're getting closer to 97K subs. And for those of you who don't know or that are new here to the channel, when I reach 100,000 subscribers, which is not too far off now, I do want to give away, and I do have plans, as promised, I will be giving away a custom lightsaber. We're not talking about a low-end custom, we're talking about the works, you know, a nice saber, Profi install, NeoPixel with a NeoPixel blade, one of those high-end ups that's going to cost you $700, $800, $900, give or take. I'm going to be giving away one of those when I reach 100K. And I would like to hopefully get something else, because obviously, you know, only having one winner will be kind of weak. So I would like to hopefully have another prize when we get there, so that way whoever is in second place will have a chance to also get something. So that's my current plan. As to which custom saber, I have no idea just yet. We still have a bit of ways to go. How long have you been on YouTube? I've technically been on YouTube for, what, I think 10 years now. Though this channel here, that's now my main, wasn't technically my first channel. I have another channel. I kind of changed the title and kind of hid it away. Most people could find it, but you would find my original video there. Is the Star Killer lightsaber a good lightsaber? Yes, the Star Killer lightsaber is indeed a good lightsaber. There's a lot of variations of Star Killer's lightsaber in different makers, but you can't go wrong with Star Killer's saber. Mine's the Corbanth V1. Corbanth has a V2 now. Where can I get the Star Killer NeoPixel lightsaber? Kind of depends. I know Corbanth had one. I think they're out of stock right now, or they just recently went out of stock. So actually, if you go on Facebook and join the Star Killer Facebook group, there's actually a page dedicated to Star Killer's lightsaber. You'll probably find your best answer there, or you might find people selling theirs. Did you see my comment? I might have missed your comments. Oh wait, I found it. Hey James, I need your help. My mom has only seen Star Trek when she was growing up in the 80s. How can I show her how truly life-altering Star Wars is? So your mom's only seen Star Trek, but not Star Wars. Huh. That's a toughie. I don't think I've ever been involved in that situation. I guess the proper way to do it is, honestly, just introduce her to the films like we were growing up. Or I guess it depends on how old you are. Obviously, start with the original trilogy, the classic, and then kind of work your way from there. Some people might go in order from episode 1 to episode 6, but I think it's nice to start with episode 4, then kind of work your way. Anakin or Luke, who do you prefer? Anakin or... I mean, I like both. It's kind of hard to choose. What's the best lightsaber company to order from? There's a lot of good companies. Again, the Pack Store, Ultimate Works / Pack. What else? Corbanth, Vader's Vaults, Saber Trio, KR Sabers. I mean, all those companies are good as long as you avoid, DX Sabers. For the most part, you're good. Some people have mixed results with Ultra Sabers. I haven't really had any issues just because I, got a basic setup. I didn't get anything fancy from them. So that one's always going to be 50-50 with people. What are your go-to outfits per theme park? So when I go to Universal Studios, I dress as a Hogwarts student, specifically Ravenclaw. That's who I represent when I go to Universal Studios. Of course, for Disney, most of the time I'm dressed up in the dark side clothing. The outfit that I mostly wear is just, I got the Sith tunic, black pants. I'm also wearing the Kylo Ren hood scarf thing that they sell there. Of course, my newly updated backpack, and I usually have this leather glove on my hand too with the First Order logo. So basically when I'm there, let's see, where did I do with my card actually? Oh, here it is. So since that particular portion of the park is related to the First Order, I work for the First Order. Just because you could kind of make up your own story. I'm technically a Inquisitor for the First Order, even though the First Order probably didn't have Inquisitors. But, you can make up the story as you go. It's your character. So, again, that's... When I go, I'm representing the First Order at Galaxy's Edge. Now, the only... Let's see... Why is your DMs off? My DMs are not off. Let me check. I mean, I've had people private message me. Then again, Twitter's weird because sometimes you could message people, or sometimes you have to add them as a friend before you can message them. So for the one that's trying to contact me on Twitter, just tag me in a post, and then after the stream, I'll add you as a friend. You should be able to add me that way until I get the whole private message thing figured out. That would be the best method right now. Or just send me a message right now, or tag me in something. Let's see. Sorry, you guys are blocking my computer screen. Yeah, just tag me something on Twitter, and I'll add you as a friend on there. Looking Sharpshooter James. I was able to get into Doc Ondar's Disneyland last week and secure Luke's Return of the Jedi lightsaber based on your review. No regrets. Keep up the great content. Well, I'm glad you like the saber. As before, you know, all my lightsaber reviews, whether it's the custom ones or the Disney ones, all my reviews are just my own personal opinion. So again, it's always a lot of people sometimes attack me for different things. But it's like, you know, it's just my opinion. So, you know, whether or not you agree with what I said in the review, that's fine. If you disagree on something, you're more than welcome to disagree. You know, there's no hard feelings. I did a post to you. Okay, let me check. Sorry, you guys are... I don't think it was the bright idea to put the camera here. But it's kind of working, so I at least have you guys within eyesight. Oh, look, there's Leia. Or the Mace Windu and Dooku's Legacy Saber. I think the Dooku one's a little bit more chubbier. Which, by the way, if you guys never saw the one post, I have... No, go away, little screen. So I have a second Scout Trooper up here, but it's not just a second Scout Trooper. I have a Scout Trooper and a second speeder bike. So I've always wanted to get two. The problem was it's really hard to get a good deal on the Sideshow Scout Trooper and speeder bike. I mean, yes, there's the new Hot Toys one coming out, easier to get. But I eventually got a good deal on a second set. And what I also really like too about the second Scout Trooper, which is this one right here that I got, is he was the non-exclusive one, which the main difference was the exclusive had the sniper rifle with them. But it's actually more than just the sniper rifle. The weathering between the two are different, which is good, because if there's one thing I hate is when you're troop building and you have a weathered figure. A lot of the weatherings would always be the same. But here, these two are completely different weathering paint jobs, which is good because that makes them feel like two complete different characters, and I like that. So yeah, there's Leia. In your opinion, what improvements do you want to have on lightsabers, durability, brighter LEDs, etc.? If we're talking about the Disney Legacy ones, I would like Disney to make new blades, because for the Disney Sabers, a lot of times you can see the individual LEDs that run across the strip. Sometimes if you're lucky enough, you put like a good fresh pack of batteries in there, sometimes you won't notice that until it starts to dim down a bit. But I would like for that to kind of be fixed up a bit. And I would like to also for Disney to kind of change what LEDs they use, because if you use anything involving yellow, it has more of a greenish tone to it. So it would be nice if they could, you know, change that up. Let's see. Do you work as outside of YouTube? Wait, who do you work as? I just do regular jobs. YouTube's not my main job. YouTube has never been a main job for me. YouTube is more of a hobby thing. That's how I look at this platform. You know, just someone sharing some enjoyments and be able to share product reviews and stuff like that, or whatever interests me at the time. Let's see. I probably missed a handful of your comments while talking about the Scout Trooper. Do. Let's see. What is your go-to saber when you want to spin and just play? So as far as sabers that I like to play, spin around, if I want to do something like fancy, like if I really want to get fancy with saber spinning and I want to like throw it up in the air and try to catch it, then I would use my Ultra Sabers one, because they've been beat up to living hell and they've been surviving all this time. That's usually my go-to one for that. If I just wanted to kind of practice also with the double-bladed one, but maybe I want to do something fancier, like with the Profi board NeoPixels, then sometimes I'll use a NeoPixel setup. And I've been actually recently using another help for just, where is it actually? Actually, let me grab it. I've actually recently upgraded from the single-handed blade, because I mentioned before that I don't really have any skills using just a single-bladed saber. Double-bladed one is more comfortable for me, so I've been practicing mostly with this one here, which is the Outcast, or the LGT Outcast one. The reason why is just because the grip and the feel of this in the hand, no matter how I twist it and spin it around or even throw it up in the air and catch it, which I started to get real fancy with it, has been a really good option for me. So it's all about finding one that's comfortable to you. Do you go to Walt Disney World or Disneyland more? Never been to Disney World. I've only been to Disneyland, as I live in California, and Disneyland is technically, about 20-25 minutes away. What is the first lightsaber you ever bought? That would be the one that I built from Galaxy's Edge with my protection and defense setup. Well, I technically didn't have a matching sleeve because obviously all the parts were different. I had the one that had the darker grip section towards the bottom, but this was the first lightsaber that I've had on the channel. And then as far as the custom sabers, this would be my first one here. This one was the Saberforge, Saberforge Ascendant. At the time, it was with whatever highest tier electronics that they offered, and I wasn't pleased with it, and so this was gutted and replaced with NeoPixel and CFX, which I had gifted this one to my little brother, so now he has his own custom lightsaber. Will you do a haul video from Avengers Campus when it opens? Yeah, like I said, or as I was mentioning earlier, I don't really have a lot of plans to get a bunch of stuff at Avengers Campus. I saw a video where someone was kind of showcasing a lot of the merch that's going to be there, most of which wasn't really catered towards my interest or just wasn't high up there on the list. There's really only like 4 things. One is the Infinity Gauntlet Souvenir Cup. The second was a Avengers badge that you get to wear and it lights up. The Spider-Man goggles, I just thought those looked pretty cool. And then also there was a t-shirt that caught my interest. So there might be some other merch that I haven't seen yet, but you never know what I might get. It's always like that for me. Like I say, I'm just going to get a couple things. It's like going to a grocery store. I'm just going to walk in and get a couple things. And next thing you know, you got a basket full of crap that you weren't even going to get. That's usually how it goes. What legacy sabers do you have at the moment? That would be the Ray one. What's your favorite lightsaber? I swear I gotta put that on a t-shirt. So my favorite saber is my Starkiller one right here. This is my prized item that I own. Like if I had to get rid of everything and only keep one, it would be this one right here. I should have a new saber somewhat soon. I don't know how soon, but I recently got this piece for it. I don't know what saber this is for, but apparently it's going to be for a double-bladed one that someone's going to send me. And this is a connector for it. So if you're familiar with this connector, then this will go to that particular hilt. I think it was one from Corband, but I just don't recall which hilt that belongs to. So I have as a little teaser to kind of look forward to. Yo, Sir James, love you, man. Well, love you too, random citizen. You know, a little, little reference joke from the, God, what was that one movie called with the blue guy? Megamind, there you go. Let's see. Where's the best place to buy Darth Maul saber? Darth Maul saber is pretty popular, so it's kind of hard. I know Pack Store had one, but then they're sold out. Corbanth had one, but then they're sold out. So you just kind of have to get lucky, I guess. Or actually, no, I think there was a Darth Maul one listed on eBay, if I'm not mistaken. It was Profi installed, and I don't know what size speaker it was. I think the guy was asking 900 or 1,000 or best offer. It doesn't come with any blades, but it was the Corbanth 2.0 model. That's even got like the kyber crystal on the bottom of the hilt if you're using it as a single one. Let's see. Hey James, what's your favorite Jedi and Sith lightsaber? There's a lot of Sith sabers I like. I feel like I'm a fan of a lot of the Sith saber designs. I mean, I have one next to me, actually, that I still need to review on the channel, which is this one here. This is the Jedi Killer lightsaber. This is a KY Lightsabers model right here. And it might look familiar. You might think it kind of resembles Kylo Ren's saber a bit, and that's because this is specifically a concept art design for Kylo Ren's original lightsaber. It's actually a real concept art if you look at it. Phoenix Props did one, which is a little bit more accurate to the concept art. And then besides Phoenix Props, because they're usually like a one-off company, KY Lightsabers is currently doing batches for that design. It's what I used in the thumbnail image. It's the connector for Stelia's Sean from Star Wars. Ooh, if that's the case, then I'm going to look forward to that one. It's got the fancy etchings too. I haven't had anything that fancy. I saw my Ultima Works Darth Maul staff. 1,000. Yeah, the Ultimate Works Darth Maul one was great. I wish, when I did that review, I wish the Profi was there, because at the time it was just the Asteria board, and they didn't have the Profi board options. That was like probably a month later or two. That's when they introduced the Profi options for their installs. Would have loved to have a Darth Maul with the Profi. But it's alright. At least there was the Brother Saber, which that one was great. I mean, if I had to pick between Savage's Saber or Darth Maul's, I would have to pick between... Actually, for me, it would be Savage Opress, just because as much as I love Darth Maul's Saber, the one annoying thing is all the little knobs that are on the hilt, they could tend to get in your way. Or if you're not careful, sometimes they could pop off or unscrew. That's happened to me once with the Ultimate Works one. Can you show your most expensive, most valued saber and your personal favorite? I mean, once again, that would be the Starkiller one. Actually, I need to pop in the battery anyways. Might as well, right? Now, I do want to mention this. A lot of you guys had asked me about Ezra's lightsaber. Specifically, what was it, Season 2 version, where his saber was the blaster saber combination. The one that was completely a random design that we've never seen in Star Wars before. I have one on pre-order, actually. It was, who was it, Phoenix Props, I believe it was. They were doing another run for it, and I managed to put my name in the run. So whenever that saber comes in, I'll
looking for a Jedi.
Oop. So whenever that comes, I'll have a video for it. Why is this stuck? There you go. Now, I want to mention really quick that Ezra's lightsaber, that one's probably going to be... Where did I do with the sleeve at? Oh, it's right here next to me. So when I get Ezra's lightsaber, it's probably going to be one of the more expensive hilts that I got, because just the empty hilt alone is over $500. Just a little bit over $500. That's just for an empty. Now, I did choose a weather option on it too, which added just a little bit money on top of it. And then I'm going to send it over to Solo Sabers to get it installed. And what's neat about Solo Sabers install, you could actually find it on his channel too, if you want to see a sample of it, is when Ezra Saber gets installed, you know the red toggle switch on the side of his hilt? That will actually rotate, and it will actually change between what functions it does. So if I toggle the switch one way, it will do everything that you expect it from the blaster side. If you toggle it the other way, then it goes to the main blade. So it's, yeah. I don't remember how much the install is going to be, but I think everything all together, I'm probably looking at just a little bit over $1,000 on that one. So definitely expensive for sure. So let me go ahead. Which way was positive? I forgot to mark this, I think. I think it was this way.
Rise, my apprentice.
There you go. I'm going to slowly put this back on. I'm always very cautious with this one. Did you see that Saberforge now offers Beskar? Oh, they do, huh? Let's see. How many lightsabers do you have? Like 6 or 7, give or take? What do you think is better, Legacy Sabers or Black Series Force FX? I've seen a couple of the Force FX sabers that I wasn't really impressed with, which was the Rebel Saber, and I've seen the Sidious one, but it really depends, honestly, because I don't think the Black Series sabers hit it all the time. It really depends on the design, actually, really. Do you know Joe? I feel like this is going to go somewhere, so I'm just going to say no. Let's see. Do you recommend Saberforge or Ultra Sabers for the first lightsaber? I'm looking to buy one myself. If you had to pick between those two companies, then I would... See, I knew you were going to say Joe Mama. I knew it. If you had to pick between Saberforge or Ultra Sabers, I would say Saberforge. The thing with Ultra Sabers is that I would only recommend if you're just getting something very basic. If you just want something very cheap to practice with, main installs, meaning like no soundboard or anything like that, just for the blade to light up, basically like a flashlight kind of thing, then that would be alright. But if you want specifically with sound install, then Saberforge between the two. There you go. I'll lit up for you. What do you take on the Bad Batch? Oh, give me a moment. I have a donation here. X-Men. Is that Xander? Yeah, it is Xander. Sir Jones, looking forward to our trip to Walt Disney World, which, of course, it will be FaceTiming you from... Of course. Yeah, you're teasing me with that Walt Disney World trip. East, are you going to be doing a video review from Avengers Campus? Yes, I will be doing a daytime video review, and then I guess whenever you come back from Disney World, I think we're supposed to hang out again and go to Disneyland. Then we can do the nighttime shots. So hopefully you have fun at Disney World, and I'm assuming you're probably going to go to what was it? The Universal Studios at Orlando. That's actually another location I want to go, because Universal's in Orlando is way better than the one we have here in California. How much cost? Actually, no. Wait, before we get to that, someone asked me about the Bad Batch. So, what do I think of the Bad Batch? Without any spoilers whatsoever, we have like what, 5 episodes, 6 episodes currently. I'm enjoying the Bad Batch. Obviously, when it started off with a bang. It's a little bit kind of slow right now with the episodes that we've had. I'm kind of waiting to see how this is going to kick up, or if we're going to get the next side of the story that's happening. Again, I'm trying not to spoil anything. But yeah, I mean, as far as the show goes, I'm enjoying it. As far as what do I think of this Omega character, I have no issues with her. It's kind of cool to see her hang around. Then again, I feel like they're always trying to incorporate some kind of child, because in the Mandalorian we had the child, or Baby Yoda as other people call it, and now we have this Omega girl. So I'm kind of curious to see where her story leads, and for the remainder of the Bad Batch. Have you ever thought of ever buying a custom armor to review? I would kill. Okay, never mind. I wouldn't kill. I mean, in video games, yes, but I mean, I would love to have a full trooper armor. Specifically, if I had to pick, like, if someone came to me and said, "Hey, listen, I could give you or make you any armor that you want from the Star Wars universe, what would you want?" For me, I would love to have the Scout Trooper armor. Something with the original trilogy, when I saw the Scout Troopers on the screen for the first time, I fell in love with that armor design. Just something about the Scout Trooper armor is just amazing. You know, whether it be the Return of the Jedi version or the Mandalorian one, if I was able to have just one piece of cosplaying armor, Scout Trooper hands down. If I had to pick a number two, I'd probably be the First Order. I really like their armor for the basic troops. Besides that, I also like, there's a lot of really cool clones. I mean, a Republic Commando would be pretty neat, and an ARC Trooper. So those are basically my main ones. I also am a big fan of the Death Trooper armor. You know, those are pretty cool. What's the best soundboard with a giant question mark? There's a lot of good options. For me personally, I like the Profi board a lot, just because of the deep customization with the blade styles. I mean, if you're someone that's just like, you know, if you're kind of basic, and by basic meaning that you just want your lightsaber to replicate the movies, nothing too fancy or crazy, then obviously something like CFX is going to be a proper fit for you. But if you're someone like me who wants these random crazy startup effects and all kinds of weird randomness that you can do, then the Profi board is my go-to for that one. Can you hit the bugs with the lightsaber? They are stealing the food. Is Saberforge good for dueling? As long as your install is using LEDs and not NeoPixel, then it should be fine for dueling for most of their models. Obviously, just make sure you double check the models that you get. If it's something that's got a lot of like pieces sticking up to it, like sharp pieces that stick out to the edges, then you want to avoid dueling with those. But if it's something that's got a really strong body to it, that doesn't have any exposed crystals or anything like that, and as long as you get a heavy grade blade, then those should be fine. When will Avengers Campus be open? It's currently opening up on June 4th. I'll be there on June 6th, so opening weekend. It's currently open for cast member previews, and I think if cast members invite some guests, which I don't know any cast members, it would be cool if I was invited, but it's alright, I could wait. Should I use a Profi board or CFX for my first build? I probably won't have the budget for a second saber. Again, this personally goes with my one statement. Depending on what you want. Again, if you're someone that's more simple, meaning that you don't care for anything too fancy, you just want your blade to light up or have a little flicker effect, just basic effects to it, then CFX is very easy to learn, and it's so much easier to add sound fonts to it. Proppy board involves like having config files and a separate program and things like that, which can be confusing, which I still get confused about it too. So, I mean, seeing as you might not have the funds for a second one, I think CFX might be a good fit for you. Let's see. Have you got the new Ray Legacy Saber? I already reviewed it actually on the channel. I reviewed it last week on Friday, and then this past Monday I reviewed the Dark Saber. So that's probably the most we had, like almost a back-to-back lightsaber review on the channel. I'm going to get a Dark Wolf Kylo Ren lightsaber. Ooh, I was actually looking at that one, the his Kylo Ren. It's, what was it, 400, 500 bucks for the Profi one. The only thing I didn't like about that one was the side blades, because it didn't seem to meet the end of it. I saw some people customize their side blades, so if I do get the Dark Wolf Kylo Ren saber, I might try to find a way to fix the side blades lighting. But I mean, that one looks pretty good. I've seen some people also kind of add weathering to theirs. It looked pretty neat. I remember watching Ordinary Adventures, and I saw you on that. Yeah, I surprised them on the last trip. How much cost would it be to build? So Savi's workshop experience used to be $200. It's now, well, it's $219. So whatever tax is after that. It's not $215 anymore. Savi's is now, I'm pretty sure it was $219 now to build a saber. And then whatever taxes after that. What jacket do you have on? It's nice. This is the one from Luca Designs that I reviewed with the, let me step back here. With the Transformer Autobot design. They also have the same style, but instead of like the red or orange here, they also have Decepticons. So if you're more of the Decepticon fan, they have that there too. In fact, I want to get a, they have another jacket there that I want, and I thought it would be a kind of a good Disney bound for Avengers Campus. They have a Ravager jacket from Guardians of the Galaxy. I want to get that too. So if you're looking for some Disney bound options, again, look at Luca Designs. So if you want something for Avengers Campus, should we get some good ones there too? Actually, I'm trying to remember. I think I had a discount code. Yeah, so if you get something from their website, you could use my discount code capital JMS10, which will give you $10 off. And this is not a paid sponsor, by the way, just letting you guys know. Nice PlayStation 5 in the background. Yeah, there's the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox One X over there. You should get a Bug's Life jacket. What, like a rest in peace Bug's Life jacket? Do you think Savi's and other Legacy Sabers are still worth it after experience? So, I get this comment a lot, seeing as most of the channel started with the Disney Sabers here, whether it's the Savi's one or Legacy one, and then now me getting into things like these high-end custom sabers. You know, is it still worth it for me to still even get these Disney ones? For me personally, yeah, just because, well, the Legacy Saber reviews are quite popular here on the channel, and I kind of started a trend technically on this channel where it's like I was reviewing all the hilts, so I might as well continue to do that regardless of getting into these custom ones. Because you never know what kind of surprises Disney might have. Maybe they might improve down the road. But, you know, anytime that I review, whether it's a Disney one or custom one, I will never review these the same way that I review into a custom one. Because, again, these are two completely different things. One's higher up versus the other. So anytime I review these ones, I keep in mind that, wait, this is not a custom one. This is a Disney product that you can find in the store or, you know, in the theme park. So I have to review it as such for what the price it goes for and whatever help that it is at the time. So I always keep that in consideration. each time. Like your first order flag. So yeah, that's actually also from Galaxy's Edge too. There's this one, and there's also one at the Resistance camp. I don't have the Resistance one. I was thinking of getting it, maybe putting it on the other side, but then again, if I do that, then where would I put the Mando poster? I kind of like that poster. There's a fly in here, then again, my door's open. How many lightsabers do you have in total? Like 6 or 7? Are you going to compare Legacy and... I actually already got rid of the the Legacy Darksaber that I reviewed on the channel. Someone from the Discord page, and the Galaxy's Edge Discord page, I should say, was also in California, and he was interested in it. So I basically sold it to him at cost price, you know, nothing more, nothing less. So yeah, already got rid of it literally the day after the review. What's next on your resin printing? Oh, yeah, actually, speaking of that, I don't have them right here. Let me go grab them. That's a good question for the resin printing. So, right now on the resin printer, what I have cooking up is this guy right here. Which, if you can't already tell, it's Boba Fett's, more specifically the Mandalorian version. So right now he's currently in 3 pieces. So again, you got a helmet there. You got oh, it's on the other side here actually. The hosing detail that comes out, and you got his weapon. So again, you got his helmet here. And the gauntlets and the blaster is all one piece too. So I'm currently reprinting because I actually had a fail yesterday, which I was a bit down because the next print that I'm doing for him is the leg skirt piece that he has. The problem was that this failed. If you kind of look here, yeah, that kind of all broke apart, unfortunately, and I don't know what happened because I was technically printing this without making it hollow, which means that it was going to use a lot more resin. As you can see, it's not even hollow, just because I wanted to see how much money would this cost, printing it, not, you know, trying to save money, like how much would this actually cost me in resin. Even though I am printing it, and this is, again, 75% of its scale. This is not its full size, just because of the printer that I have. So I'm printing this piece out again. Hopefully it doesn't fail. I don't know if it's because I didn't stop the machine properly to refill the resin vat, or whatever the case may be, but, you know, hopefully this turns out better. But you kind of have an idea there. And again, this is my hand. That's not even its that's not even its full power. So I'm looking forward to him completing, and then afterwards I'm going to be printing the Mandalorian, but he's holding the Darksaber. I do have his feet though, so those printed just fine. Are we ever going to meet Xander? I think Xander did appear in one of my videos. Which one? I think it was when I was building a droid. If I'm not mistaken, he was in that video. Do you think thin neck sabers are dual worthy? I personally wouldn't duel with a thin neck saber. The reason why is because with the thin neck lightsabers, they don't typically have a large depth for the blade. They usually sit very shallow. So if you're going to duel, I would prefer something to have that's got a longer depth. So like, for example, the Starkiller one here, the blade doesn't sit in very much. So I wouldn't duel with this for 2 reasons. 1, because the blade doesn't sit in that deep, and 2, because of the crystal chamber. So that's that. For something like this one here, Sifo Dyas's lightsaber, this one I would duel with, because the blade sits in quite deep actually, and this will be perfect for dueling. Except because this is a NeoPixel setup, I would avoid that one. There's a bunch of files by Doggy Food. I don't know if they can see it, but you can see them pretty well on the stream. Oh, a bunch of flies. Well, they're kind of hovering in the air because my main door is open. So after the stream, I'll get the fly swatter and I'll take care of them, or I'll try to deck them out with the saber. Did you ever review the Pack Store's Unicorn? Never got that one, actually. Any tips on making a custom piece for a Savi's workshop? Because I am thinking of making Ray Scavenger piece or maybe Ray Forge pieces for Savi's. Savi's is just, I just had like a bunch of stuff to 3D print, you know, like for example, when I, oops. So when I was doing like, you know, Ezra's lightsaber, this, you know, will go onto my Savi's workshop lightsaber hilt. Obviously this is way bigger than what you would expect, but I just 3D printed everything and kind of put it all together. Where did you get the Starkiller Saber? The Starkiller Saber was originally from Corbanth. It was their V1 model. They now have a V2 model, and I think the only difference between the two is their midsection here is a little bit thinner, and they also have it to where their V2 model, instead of having these two rods here, you could actually have up to 4 of them spread out evenly across throughout the crystal chamber. I personally like the V1 model a little bit more, but you know, it's all about personal preference. Why do you call yourself Sir? Just want to know. Oh, actually, do I even have the thing here? Okay, well, I don't have the book right here, but basically the reason why I call myself Sir James instead of just James, specifically on YouTube only, is because many years ago, when I graduated from high school, one of the places I wanted to go was called Medieval Times. It's a dinner adventure show. It's a really cool place. I would recommend checking out. And so we couldn't go that year because my grandpa was ill and he had to go back to Tennessee. So I waited until he came out again for us to go because I wanted him to be there because that was our initial plan. And so we kind of went all out. So we had it to where they paid for the additional stuff, or you know, the king in the show would read off anything like graduations or whatever the case may be, whatever you might be celebrating. And then I got my photo where I was being knighted, you know, obviously the king in the show, and on the page thing, you know, Sir James, and then the rest of the name on there on his congratulations and things like that. It was just a really cool, fun experience. And when I created my YouTube channel, I was trying to figure out what name I should be because it was really hard to figure out what name can I use that I'm going to be happy with and not have to worry about changing it. And I was looking around and I saw the medieval photo op thing, and I was like, Sir James, I like that. And I'm a big fan of medieval stuff, so that's why I decided to use the name Sir James. So that's my story. How can you add fonts on an iPad? No idea. You could add fonts with a computer. iPad, probably not. I mean, I know there's some, what was it? I'm trying to remember the company name. I can't remember them. They use a app function on their sabers, and you can actually install apps directly from your phone. What was the name? I can't remember the name on top of my head. If I get the name in my head, I'll let you guys know. Are we getting a Kyrolite lightsaber? Or are you getting? Haven't decided yet. Obviously, things are open. The main thing that I'm trying to keep in mind of is that I don't know exactly when payment is going to be due, but I want to make sure that I have the funds there to pay off Ezra's health. Important thing, because if I miss this one, then I lose any chances of reviewing Ezra's first lightsaber. So I have to make sure that we get that one in there. Yeah, there you go. Lightsabers is what I meant to say. Our Ultimate works good. Yeah, if you actually go into the channel and type in Ultimate Works, you're going to find a handful of reviews here on the channel. A donation from Modest2. Love your content. Keep doing what you're doing. Well, thank you for that. I know, obviously, with the pandemic that happened in the world starting last year, it's affected a lot of people in different ways. And I thought, especially, me having the Galaxy's Edge content, not able to go and do that content anymore for quite a long time up until most recently, I took it upon myself to try to be active on the platform and be able to hopefully cheer people up along the way during these hard times, which I had a lot of people messaging me saying thank you for helping them make their day a bit brighter. And, it's kind of one of the things that I enjoy is making you guys happy above anything. Them and making the dogs happy as well. How much is that Starkiller V1? So this one here, I believe the empty help was $310 originally, and then I chose all the parts to go into it. But yeah, like I said, this one's undergone a lot of changes, so I don't know how much money exactly has been put into this, but definitely quite a bit. What do you think of the second sister as a character or just like the saber? Big difference. Profi has the best smooth swing ever. The first Profi board smooth swing is better, but let me see CFXs. They actually have a Vader's Vault one right here. So this one is a CFX installed one. Oh, there you go. So yeah, this is a Vader's Vault one right here. This one actually has heat ballooning on the top here. And this one's also got a, some of the designs that Vader's Vault has it to where you can actually get a screen on here, which is pretty cool. And then as you're changing this around, you have this one here. This is my favorite. A digital kyber crystal. And you got little accent lighting here on this tubing. Set that down right there. Oh, you gotta go, Royal? No problem. Hopefully you have a good rest of your day. Do you know what retention screws are used for the pack store lightsabers? Oh, that's a good question. I did notice that a lot of the sabers that I've reviewed have different retention screw sizes. I mean, that's why I have, let's see. That's why I have so many of these things here. Obviously, these are just for use on them, but as far as the screws go, I think it depends on the healths. So I think probably the best method is to see if there's like a retention screw pack that you can get with different sizes to have spares on that one. What do you think about Rey's Legacy blade color? It's I think it's supposed to be kind of orangish. Well, Rey's saber is supposed to be like a yellowish gold tone to it, but the problem is that the Disney blades that they use makes the yellow look a bit more greenish than anything. I had a custom blade that I was going to review on the channel, the Playmo's Playground one, but I decided against doing that review just because I found some information that apparently the tech that was used in the programming and stuff like that, the people that actually found a way to make those custom blades, their info was stolen by another member and is being used in Jamie's Playground Blades. So that's why I decided against doing that review, is because of the allegations and stuff like that. So I didn't want to give any publicity to someone stealing someone else's designs on that. There is a wrapping section for the Vader's Vault Protector lightsaber. Yeah, this one, again, I can't decide if wrapping would be good on this one. I think a good wrap on this would be pretty neat. It's so good to see you. I think you tapped that in twice. Well, it's good to see you too. Anyways, James, I tweeted you on my Twitter account. Oh, let me double check that. Sorry. Yeah, you guys are kind of blocking my stream. Okay, I think I see you there. I'll check after the stream and then I'll add you on there. But yeah, don't worry, I'll get back to you. Okay, so James, how difficult is it to install? All right, how difficult of an install be for Propy 2.0 chassis on a Saber Trio Hell? Oh, that's a good question. I don't normally see people taking the CFX out of Saber Trio and putting Propy. That I don't know. I mean, I assume it wouldn't be too difficult because, I mean, the boards are a little bit of a different size, so I think you might have to get a different chassis for it, I would assume. So I don't think it would be too difficult. And again, I just don't know on top of my head, to be quite honest. At most, I'd probably say it would require another chassis to properly fit the Propy board, and then it should be good, personally. Are you Team PlayStation or Team Xbox? Uh-oh. That's always a deadly question when it comes to anything Xbox or PlayStation. I swear, anytime you go on Twitter, anytime PlayStation posts something, you got a bunch of Xbox people on there bashing. If anytime Xbox posts something, there's a bunch of PlayStation people bashing it. So it's like, come on, people, drop the console war. Really depends. So specifically single-player games, PlayStation, multiplayer stuff, Xbox. That's how I am personally. So again, single-player, PlayStation, multiplayer, Xbox. Just something about the way Xbox has their internet thing built into their console has always been a bit better on that end. How long did it take for you to get a black kyber crystal? Actually, I don't remember how many times it was for my first attempt, but it was the first lightsaber meetup that I ever got to be part of, because I missed some of the it was like one or two other ones. So on that day when we had a lightsaber meetup, I had by then all the other crystals. So I already had all the variations of the voices, and then me and a group of people went in, and I was just like, I just need that one. I just need that one crystal. And then I opened it right there in Doc Ondar's, and I was flipping out. I was like, yes, I finally got it. Now, when it comes to my second attempt trying to get another black kyber crystal, I am currently on attempt number 37. Yes, I have bought 37 red additional crystals. Not at the same time, just different times I go. I might buy one or two when I go and return. But yeah, for my second attempt, I am on number 37. I still have yet to pull another black kyber crystal. It's kind of sad, actually. And that's a lot of money to think about, because those crystals are like, what, 14, 15 bucks a piece? So yeah, I do sell all the duplicates though, so I do get my money back out of it. When you customize your hilts, what paints do you use on metal? So most of my paint is not really a permanent solution because I'm not sure what the best method is for a permanent option. I've been using tester's paint to kind of add little details here and there. This one here was also with tester's paint. It kind of looks a little bit more dirty around the edges, and I just watered down the black, applied it on here, and wiped it off, and it's actually maintained on here pretty well, actually. I never sanded this off. I always thought it'd be kind of cool maybe just to kind of sandblast the hell off and kind of do a full fresh custom paint job on it, but never happened. Is your Vader's Vault Sovereign Elite a dueling lightsaber? No, because I have Profi install and, or not Profi, NeoPixel install, so I don't duel with anything NeoPixel related. Again, if it's a hollowed out blade for LED helts like this, then I don't mind going full ham with this thing. I mean, I wouldn't go full ham with this one because this is not heavy grade. This is a, I could break this one with my bare hands actually, just because this is a light grade. But if this is a heavy grade one, then it would be very doable. Anodized is the best. I have never tried anodizing. I guess I've asked everything that I want to know. Thanks for your answer, James. Well, you are welcome. As your Raiders Vault Sovereign Elite, actually I already answered that one. Are you a Lego Star Wars fan? Well, I do love Legos in general. I grew up with Legos as a kid. There's a lot of sets that I missed that we don't get nowadays. Some really cool ones with like the knights and the ninjas and the pirates, classic ones. But yeah, I do like Lego Star Wars. I mean, since you brought up Legos and Star Wars, like if there was any set that I want, like what would I want? Personally, I would love to one day get the Lego Millennium Falcon. Not the older one, but the newer up-to-date version with also the light expansion to go with it. I think that's like $800 something, so it's a lot of money right there. Even though I have no idea. Actually, no, I think I have a spot for it actually. But that would be one of the ones that I would love to get. The other ones besides that one would be one of the Imperial Star Destroyers that they have, like the really long freaking one. Would love one of those. And also the Lego Death Star, specifically Death Star 2, where it's like half built, half destroyed. I'm hoping they'll do an updated one to that one, actually. I think we're in need of that one. What type of paint did you use for your Pack Store Darksaber? I basically used a mix of spray paint, and then I also used a Sharpie for like the black outline edges, and Tester's white paints. It was the, I'm trying to remember the color paint. It was, gunmetal gray, I think it was, that I used for the main body. And then I used Tester's white for like the window effect. And then to get in the grooves and crevices, I used a black Sharpie actually. So not too complicated. I love anodized sabers. It's permanent to non-melting of weathering of any kind. Interesting. Which companies have the lightest balance hilt for swinging? I think it really depends on the hilts. There's a lot of different variations of hilts. There's some hilts that are pretty light. There are some other hilts that are a little bit more heavy. So it really depends, I guess, what it's actually made from. Like we have this one here, we have Revan Saber. This is also another Vader's Vault one right here. Actually, let me... And then I still have this one that I haven't reviewed yet here on the channel, which is this one. I still need a review. I don't remember which one this one was. This one Tempest? No, this one is not charged, so therefore I don't know what this one is called. It's from Vader's Vault 2 with a custom shroud on the top here. I would tell you which one it was, but unfortunately the batteries are dead. I need to charge this one. But I still need that one to do. All your sabers, which is your favorite? I swear I want to make this into a t-shirt. Star Killer, for sure. Actually, I should just take a nice photo and I don't promote merch or anything like that just because if people see it, cool. If not, no big deal. I don't really like to promote merch, but I am adding some new stuff into the merch store just so you guys are aware. Not everything is updated yet. So you always more than welcome to, again, check it out. Again, this is not to promote any merch, but if there's something there that you like, cool. If not, no big deal. Thanks for answering my questions. Bye. Actually, I'm noticing that the chat on the phone is a little bit faster than on my computer. Which saber brand would you suggest for a first-time owner? For install, I would say CFX, and depends on the company, whichever works for your budget. So, I mean, Packstore doesn't have CFX; they have Profi, but you would have to learn programming for that one. Asteria isn't too bad and easy to kind of learn. Probably my third favorite. So depends on the company, and you gotta also keep in mind that each company has a different form of wait time periods. So some companies might take longer to get than others. How much is the raise? Wait, sorry, chat kind of went by. How much is Ray's Legacy Saber? $140. I was actually surprised that it wasn't even more, considering how heavy the thing was. I thought it was going to cost more than that, but yeah, it's $140 for Ray's Legacy Saber. Headed to Galaxy's Edge next week. Any tips? Yeah, I would say probably my tip for you. Actually, which park are you going to? Are you going to the one in California or Disney World? Actually, technically, I think both parks operate the same way for Rise of the Resistance, because the important thing, since it's going to be your, since you're going, is to try to get a boarding pass for Rise of the Resistance. The boarding passes, again, if you're going to California first, or if you're going to the California side, let me rephrase that. If your trip is in California, at 7 o'clock in the morning time, the app will update to allow boarding groups for Rise of the Resistance. My tip for trying to get on the ride is to have your Disneyland app ready on your phone and to be there a minute before it hits 7. Once it does, hit join boarding group, because that thing goes by quick. Your second attempt would be at 12 o'clock as well. And actually, speaking of which, the new Spider-Man ride at Avengers Campus is going to be using that same exact method. So if you're trying to get on the new Spider-Man ride at Avengers Campus, it's the same way as Rise of the Resistance. At 7 o'clock, you can join a boarding group, and that's the only way to get on that ride. But the main thing is to try to get a boarding group for Rise of the Resistance. If you're going for blue or green milk, which is basically a frosty fruit drink, I would say try both out, and if you're not a fan of either, then mix the drinks together, and then for a third flavor, and just kind of have fun with it, you know. Do you think there will be a Star Killer Legacy Saber? I doubt it. I would be worried about them making a Star Killer Legacy Saber, to be quite honest. I don't think they'll be able to do it right. Are you planning on getting the Hasbro? Yes, I have that pre-ordered at my local GameStop, so I do have plans on getting the Hasbro Black Series Darksaber. It's been pushed back to October now, so we have to play the waiting game, unfortunately. Is there an alternative place, like a website, to purchase the new Ray Legacy Saber for retail? Nope, the only way to get it at retail is by going to the park, or finding someone who has a nice gesture like me, who only charges retail plus shipping. which I used to do that, before when we were able to go to the parks, all the time before the whole pandemic thing. I would always opt in to help a couple people at a time, or if there was something that you wanted from the park, I'd only charge what it cost retail with the tax and shipping, meaning that I don't make any additional funds. You're paying basically retail and shipping prices. I don't really do that anymore just because the way things are at the park with no pass holders anymore and how often and rarely I get to go to the park now. I kind of stopped doing that. As far as going online, buying a Legacy Saber, yeah, you're only going to be dealing with mostly scalpers. Can you display your Vader's Vault protector on screen for a second? Oh, so there's the protector right there for the person that asked, Quinn. There it is. Again, this has got, I think it's light weathering for the design with the heat ballooning there on the top. So there's that one. Let's see. Is your ultimate goal to collect all the Star Wars canon lightsabers, and how do you decide which company to go with? Don't really have an ultimate goal. Really, just if there's a lightsaber that catches my interest, then I try to save up and go for it. It might be on an off chance where I try to check out something that's, a little bit more people's budgets, something a little bit inexpensive. So just really whatever catches my personal interest, I try to get my hands on. There's sometimes a lot of hilts that are going for, way too much than I could ever spend on. So that's usually what I go for. Like I said, with Ezra's lightsaber, that one's going to cost a pretty penny between both its empty hilt and the install on top of that. Not going to be cheap, but it's probably going to be my expensive hilt whenever that happens. I don't have those sabers with me at the moment. Is there installer you recommend to send sabers to have Profi board install? I think Albert's still busy moving currently. The other person that I could think of that you can try to contact is Solo Sabers on Facebook. I don't think he's busy because sometimes, with installers, sometimes the installers will have X amount of people on a list and then they'll cut off their list until they're free again. So I would recommend contacting Solo Sabers on Facebook. Just tell them that, I sent you over there, and I don't think he has a full list, so he should have some spots open, but just tell him what you want for an install, and then he should be able to give you at least a quote, an estimate of what the price would be. Ever installed a saber yourself? Yes. I'm just kidding, this one doesn't count. I try to do my own installs. I destroyed 3 Profi boards in the process of trying to install, and yeah, I kind of stopped doing it since, because I'd just be wasting more money that way. CFX or Profi, what's your preference? For something simple and to quickly put fonts on, CFX. For something fancy and complicated, Profi. Actually, might as well show example here. Let me turn off this. Here, watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Let's see.
I will have it. Kill him now. Traitor! Time to let all things die.
Watch out, man. Watch out. So there you go. So this is the Sith Killer one. This one has an effect to where when I activate a quote, the blade will change along with it.
Your son, he's gone. He was weak and foolish like his father. So I destroyed him.
So as you can see, the blade was this color, but now it's an unstable red here. And it would stay this way for a total of 30 seconds, and after 30 seconds, this will revert back to the original form in which it took place. So I'm just going to let this play out, and then you're going to see this change back to match the crystal. There you go, as you can see, just like that.
I will have my vengeance.
And again, this is a Profi board, by the way, so this is what the effects are going by. So that's an example of absorbing before it activates. And the crystal chamber here is currently programmed to replicate a heartbeat. And after 20 seconds, this will go back to normal. Favorite lightsaber? Again, Star Killer. I've said this numerous times. Actually, you don't need to spam. Only, we'll put you on timeout. There. Give me 1 second. There you go. Sorry, I had to put you on timeout. You were spamming. There's literally no reason to spam. Can you show the Darksaber, please? The Legacy one? I already sold the Legacy one. I got rid of it the day after I reviewed it.
It is the ignition.
Oh, here's another one that I haven't showcased. At least I don't think I showcased it here. So here we go. Little fun ones right there. Could we possibly see the Temple Guard mask on you? Sure, let me grab the mask. It's over here. So here's my Temple Guard mask. This is not the Disney one, because the Disney one that I reviewed on the channel is not wearable. It's a display piece. This one that I have here is indeed a wearable mask. Just like that. So that's my wearable version right there. Let's see, could we by chance see the Jedi? Oh, I already did that one. Is Disney going to make an official orange and crayon one? I actually have, wherever I put the crystal at. So if you're wondering if Disney, let me turn on the light again. So if you're wondering if Disney is going to make this, the orange and crayon Xeon, I forget the color name, this one, I doubt it, because in order for Disney to do these, they would have to make new blades, which then again, I'm hoping they do make new blades anyways, so You never know down the road. These are currently in the program, but these are colors that we actually have. So who knows? How do you grow such a nice beard? I don't know, just let it grow. I mean, literally, what, 2.5 weeks ago, my face was completely shaven off, and then here I am back again with the beard. So I don't do anything special, it just grows by itself, really. Is this real, or is everything a simulation? Everything is indeed a simulation. Nothing is real. Except for the actions. The actions you do in life are indeed real, but that's about it. We'll show that one. Is Disney going to make Ace Hobbies Workshop Legacy Saber better? Doubt it. Is Alex Express a good place to get a lightsaber? That I have no idea. I've never actually bought anything from them directly. Some people have. I haven't really heard anything bad. Six or seven sabers. Actually, I need to check on the resin printer, so let's go check on. Ooh, I bet. So I guess while we're over here, let me angle this around. So, boom, there it is. We have the second scout trooper over here. I was trying to replicate the scene from The Mandalorian, or he's taking pod shots at the can, even though I don't have the new figure yet. Over here we have Commander Cody's head on the trooper, just because I thought I'd make another Mandalorian reference. You know, let's just say they might recognize my face. Do you think we could have? We would have to buy a new separate blade if they had a new. Possibly, maybe. And then there's my resin printed Revan, and then here's my hand painted that I did for Bo-Katan. And then we have Lego Bad Batch over here, and Rey and Revan. And then there is the Hot Toys Vader and Luke. So anyways, I need to check on the resin printer. Do I need to refill this? Okay, no, I don't have to refill it. Let me put you guys down here for a second. I do apologize for all the movement here. All right. Okay. So far, we're good. And we still have a lot of resin in there. We still have less than 2 hours, so we should be good. This should be set to go. If you're wondering why I have a shirt over that, is because there's a light source from the outside, even though it's away from the sun. I do that to ensure that the resin is protected and doesn't cure from the light. And it just makes sure it stays in its liquid form, because that's the important thing. But so far, that's looking good for the prints. The piece that I'm currently doing right now is the lower portion of the Boba Fett for his bottom section of his outfit, and then I already got his legs here. So, fingers crossed that doesn't fail, because I would hate waiting another 7 hours to print one again. So do you think the second sister is worth the money? Kind of depends. You're very loud drinking that water. The second sister one is all right. I mean, for me, I love double-bladed lightsabers, but it was really hard to swing. If you're specifically going to cosplay as an Inquisitor, then I'd probably say it'd be worth getting it. But Up to you. Let me put this down for a second. Hey, Leia. What happened? Did you press something? So, yeah. Oh, sorry, Leia. There's Leia. Alright, so dogs are in the video, so that's worth 100K now, right? What's the best Obi-Wan lightsaber under 300? Actually, I think Corbanth has an empty hilt for less than 300, if I'm not mistaken. Corbanth.com. So yeah, there's Leia. Actually, let me angle you down just a little bit more. Well, let me fix you. So you can't go on the desk. Can't go on the desk. Okay, you want down? There you go. How many lightsabers do you have? 6 or 7. Do you know why? Did you know they're discontinuing some sabers? Yep. Flower. Okay, there's the other one. There's Flower. There's Flower. Are you liking the Bad Batch so far? Yes, I am. Say hi, Flower. Is Flower a Jedi Master? Huh? Flower like these sabers? Zoom zoom. Dark side. You like that one? Okay. Huh. Oh, do you like that one, Flower? Thumbnail. What? There's no one over there. I can see the Autobot logo on the jacket. What's your favorite Transformer? Oh, Transformer. My actually favorite is the Decepticon, which is, what's his name? I had his name on top of my head as soon as you answered that question. Soundwave, I believe, was the name of the Decepticon. What are you doing? Going down? Going down? There you go. I don't have those legacy sabers with me at the moment. And of course, great. Actually, what was the company name? 30, I think, was the name of one of the figure companies. They actually have a really sweet looking Soundwave figurine. I would highly recommend you check that one out. It's really good detail. Actually, you know what? Maybe I'll just, since I'm in front of my computer, let's see, 30. I'll just link it in the chat. How about that? No, not Sideshow. I want 30. And then, where's their search bar? Oh, it's up here. Shop, pre-orders, and stock. So I have to look over here since you guys are blocking my view. I'm trying to find their... It's not in stock, really? What about pre-order? Is it on pre-order? I guess it's not in stock anymore. You might have to check Sideshow or something like that for the Soundwave. Who would you like to cosplay as next? Well, I see. I have the Rebel Pilots. I have my Sith outfit. I have the Jedi outfit. And then I also have the Temple Guard. There's actually an outfit that I saw on... I think it was Amazon, actually. They have a really decent looking, actually, the Han Solo with the, not the basic Han Solo outfit, it was the Hoth version with like the whole jacket setup. I think it was like 160 bucks. And it looked really legit. Actually, let me, might as well, on here, let me go ahead and try to bring it up on Amazon, but it looked really legit. Star Wars, ooh, not boots, Star Wars Hoth game action figure, cosplay? Oh, found it. Here, let me, let's see, let's go to copy and bring it back to the chat here. So here's what I was talking about. That should pop up on stream, hopefully. So if you take a look at that, I mean, it looks pretty legit, and it's between 114 to 185. If you're just looking for something. I mean, I'm in California, so I don't really have snow, so I don't think it's ideal to cosplay as a Hoth variation. Yeah, I thought it wasn't that bad. Where can I get a good Darth Revan saber from? The pack store, if there's any, or Vader's Vaults would be the other one. Yeah, I thought it wasn't bad. I mean, the thing with that costume there is that you could add to it too. I mean, not only do I mean like roughing it up, making some improvements, but you could also get the Tauntaun sleeping bag that's on GameStop as a little side companion if you wanted to. Can you show us the Temple Guard? I mean, I'm not going to put it on, but I'll bring it over. So that way you guys can at least see it a little bit. So this Temple Guard one here, I got this on eBay, and it was, what was it, $118 that I paid. Now keep in mind that this did not include a mask. This mask was like $200 on its own. And it did not include these gloves. These are just some gloves that I added with it. These are just like some medieval brown gloves here that it was a good addition for it. But basically the costume on eBay that I found, I think you could also find the same one on Etsy, came with these bracers here, which these go on with a zipper, which is a pain in the butt to do if you're by yourself. I would have preferred or changed to a Velcro kind of setups. These would go there, and then of course if you have your leather glove here, which let me just kind of put this on as a little sample here so you can see how much of an improvement this would make for your costume. You know, just like that, you're already kind of good to go. So you do get two of those, one for each arm. You also get this section here, which I need to kind of back up to show. So this would be the lower half. So as you can, the quality again is very simple. I mean, it's not like a super high-end one, but it's pretty decent for the price that you pay. So these are some things that you could probably add or change to it. But it does have a little bit of a stretchy waistband here, and I did get a size medium. So this would go all the way down to your boots. And then this is the belt that you get with it. This is just a simple belt here, nothing too crazy. It's just very basic. You could probably get something better if you wanted to upgrade this section. The downside to this one here as well is that this actually doesn't have any room for keys. So if you wanted to 3D print some keys and add them on here, you would have to make something to attach here. But by default, there is no loopholes for keys And you can actually 3D print an actual better version than this. The other section of the outfit is that you actually have an under portion. So you get a top and bottom that's this tannish brown color. So this would be for the top, and then you also have the same thing for the pant area. So technically this would be like the first thing that you put on. And then you have this next section here. You kind of got like, then you have like this next section here that's kind of like the bib portion. This is for specifically like the center bit that runs down right here. And then last but not least is the other main part. This will contain the hood section of the outfit. And then you got the straps here. Like I said, on mine, unfortunately, this section here, and on the other side too with the design, is that mine sits really low, so when I have this cosplay on, you can barely see these designs stick out. This is mostly tucked in. But that's the outfit right there all together, so it's not bad for the price. If you're just kind of looking for something very basic, and then just go online and, you know, find yourself a mask. So that's the Temple Guard costume. So hopefully that helped you guys out. Where's the best place for a Revenge of the Sith Anakin saber? That one I am not sure on. Where is Avengers Campus at? It is located in Disney's California Adventure, where Bugs Life used to be. And you're going to basically find it there. So if you remember where Bugs Life used to be, that's exactly where it's going to be located. There's 3 entrances. One is by the Guardians of the Galaxy ride. The second is just on the main street as you're making your way towards Pixar Pier. And the third entrance is through Cars Land. Once you reach the end, you can cut across on that one. I went to Avengers Campus last week. Well, lucky. I'm going on opening day. Wait. I'm going on opening day. What merch are you going to get? Thinking of Iron Man, Spider-Bot. For me, as far as what I've seen from some of the preview stuff is, I only have 3 things on my list. The Spider-Man goggles, the, what was it? The Avengers, I don't know what you call it, badge thing that you can wear that lights up, and then a t-shirt along with a souvenir cup. You don't need a whine. See, it squeaks. It's fine, it's not broken. Do you have a Count Dooku cosplay? Nope, I do not. I fix that right there. Any ideas for my lightsaber trouble? What was your lightsaber trouble? The Saber Lily costume of dream. I might have missed one of your posts. Might have to repeat your trouble. I might have missed it. Do you still like your scavenger hill? Yep. I do. Flower. They said you guys are cute. Just thought I'd let you know. Oh, they said you're cute. Yeah, just thought I'd let you know. You should review. I don't really have an interest in the Spider-Bot, to be quite honest. It's not really for me. I only want to get stuff that has an interest to me, or stuff that I'm curious about, kind of thing. You know, like gag. You know, for example, at Galaxy's Edge, there's a reason why I didn't review anything from the creature shop, because there's really nothing there at the creature shop that I really want, kind of thing, and a lot of other little small items too. So that's what I typically go for. Hey James, sometimes my mall lightsabers don't light up after connecting the two for any reason why. My mall lightsabers don't light up after connecting. I would say make sure they're connected all the way and twist to lock, and also check the batteries. Making a crosshair cosplay, very nice. Is there a way to display legacy lightsabers lit without sound? Not that I'm aware of. Unless if you were to somehow cut the speaker out and to still be powered on correctly, it would probably be the only way. Yeah. Let's see, Sir James, you're the best. Are you doing a giveaway? Your lightsabers are amazing. Yeah, I already have plans for a giveaway, specifically when I reach 100K, where you guys have a chance to win a custom lightsaber. A proper custom one. Once again, you know, the ins and outs, Proppy or CFX, I haven't decided on that part yet. NeoPixel setup and all that fun stuff. We're talking about like an $800, $900 prize for a lucky winner for 100K. Why are there no clone helmets from Hasbro? I don't know. Well, I mean, maybe we might see some clone helmets down the road. I think we're due for some updated ones anyways, right? I ordered the Starkiller V2 Saber. Can't wait to get it. Very nice. Have you heard of anyone having a defective chassis in a Savi's lightsaber? Not the batteries. I've heard some people have had issues with their chassis for Savi's sabers. That's usually kind of a random here and there. So yes, I have heard people have issues. If it's like under warranty, people usually contact Disney and they'll replace it, kind of thing. On mine, I'm still using the exact original chassis when I built this saber. I haven't upgraded my chassis. I haven't changed it. Nothing. And the further proof this fact too is because on my original one, mine's painted. So as you can see, my chassis is black. That's because I was using this when I was doing the Ventress saber to kind of get some additional effects on it. So yeah, mine's still original from when I built it, and it's still going. I mean, there's no no blade in it. That's why it's doing that sound. Because I was kind of curious, you know, am I going to have that issue? Is mine going to die one day? How long do the chassis actually last? And I do use the saber on and off, so so far still going strong. And I've never bought anything from Art Sabers. I think I've heard about them once. An experience with custom blade from... So yeah, I have that blade. It's currently hiding behind the cabinets. And I was going to review the blade, but the problem is that I heard that he stole someone else's design and he never gave proper credit or anything like that, which is why I decided not to review that custom blade from Jamu's Playground. And yeah, I'm just going to basically avoid the situation, so I'm not going to review something that's design's been stolen from someone else, uncredited or anything like that. So there's kind of like this whole thing behind the scenes that I just recently heard about. So that's why I avoided that entire issue. Where did you get your Star Wars jackets? So I have a couple here. I have like the Han Solo one, and then I also have this one here that I really like. So there's a couple of different companies for that one. Let me bring up a page here. Let's see, Sir James jacket. I just need to bring up my videos to see. So the Poe Dameron one is from... Hold on, let me find it here. Let's see. The Poe Dameron one is from... Did I even link it? Oh yeah, fjackets.com. Actually, let me go ahead and post a link to it, actually. As long as it's still here on their site. Yeah. Okay, so I found it. Where's the stream at? I mean, I know the stream's right here, but where's my stream at? There it is. So there's the Poe Dameron jacket. The version that I have here, if you're curious though, mine's the waxed version. So it gives it this dirty, weather, grimy look to it. By default, when you get the jacket, it's a little bit more stiff, but after a while, as you can see, it starts to warp around and loosen up. But I've had it for a long time with no issues. The Solo jacket was also from the same company. No, the Solo jacket is from angeljacket.com. I'll link to that one too. So Solo's jackets. And then let me go ahead and, oh, is it still here? Yeah, it is. So mine is, they have two different colors. They have a light brown and dark brown. Mine is the light brown option. Where's the stream at again? There's the Solo jacket. Would you agree that Absolute G character from episode 4 does indeed have a... Right. If it's 2030, what will you do? I don't know, celebrate another birthday? I have no idea. Want to know something really dumb about Galaxy Lightsabers? That if you accidentally slam its tip of the blade in the first ground, it will stop working, and the only way to fix it is to change the battery. That's weird. Usually when I slam my blades into the ground, I have a secret... You know, this damn fly, I swear to God, it's begging to die. You know, you ever get like that situation where you just have that one annoying fly that just, it's so loud that it just wants to fly and zoom past your ear? That fly. He's hovering around me, and when he at least expects it, he's gonna die. Have you ordered from Rebel Sabers? I have not. How to use plumber tape to line the soggy sabers? You just basically, I mean, for me, I didn't use anything on mine, but you just want to go in the same rotation as how the blade slides in. Do you remember the MS Finish episode 1? He's my favorite. I swear, fly, I just want you to land so I can kill you on the spot. So he's like literally right here hovering. Oh, he's on my helmet. He's on my helmet. Okay, hold on. No, he moved. We're going to celebrate here in a second if I get this fly to land again. That's a great jacket you have on. What is it and where did you get it from? So the jacket that I have on, which I need to go back here and go back a page. This one was from... Hold on, sorry. Oh, Luca Designs. Let me link that actually while we're here. Go here, Luca Designs, jacket. Mine's the leather version. They also have a non-leather version too. So, but there's the one that I'm currently wearing in the video. Did the flight land yet? Nope, he's still hovering over my head. Okay. Now, if it's a jacket that you like from Luca Designs, I do have a discount code, capital JMS10. Actually, I'll just type it in the chat here. So if there's something from Luca Designs that you like, you could use my discount code right here, which will give you an additional $10 off. Not a sponsor, just it was something that they gave me, so if people want to use a code to get some money off, they provided me a code. You must use the force and kill the fly. Yeah, I want to force choke the fly in a second. You could probably see him in the stream. How many lightsabers do you have? Like 6 or 7? What do you do, a lightsaber collection? Don't really have that big of a collection, because here's the truth. Alright, the truth comes out. Actually, I never really hid the fact, to be quite honest. So, you would think after, what, 70 or 80 something lightsaber reviews on this channel, I haven't added the total, to be quite honest. You would think that I have like this massive collection of lightsabers. And, one second. I was trying to tell a story and I had a little cough coming in. Let me drink a little bit more. A little feather in my throat right as I tell the story. Anyways, you'll think I have like this massive collection of lightsabers. And trust me, it would bring me joy if I had like a back wall here instead of this just filled with lightsabers. It would be totally sweet. The truth is, and the way that I'm able to keep doing these lightsaber videos, is that basically almost all lightsabers I ever get are let go and sold for about, you know, what I paid for, maybe slightly less for what I paid for. And just because for me to, in order to continue to do lightsaber videos on the channel, it's not doable for me to constantly buy custom lightsabers and to permanently keep in the collection kind of thing, because again, custom lightsabers, they're expensive. So the only way for me to continue to do what I like to do and what you guys like to enjoy is that I have to let go the majority of the health that I have in order to keep doing these reviews. One of the things that I'm trying to do, at least this year, is that I'm trying to pick and choose what I get, and the ones that I get this year, for the most part, at least specifically the custom ones, I want to try to keep. That's the ultimate goal of this year. Obviously, anything that's given to me as a gift, you know, like this one here, the Sifo Dia Saber, was given to me by a fan, which means that I will never let go of this one, ever. The one that I reviewed that kind of looks like the medieval sword one, that was sent to me by a company. I would never get rid of that one. So that's what I have to do in order to do and continue on. So as much as I would love to have that whole collection of sabers, you know, it's always tough to have them to let them go and then find something else. Like, for example, this one here, I love this one, and hopefully I can keep this one. But if worse comes worse, then I might let go of this one. But I really like this one, so I really want to keep it. Because I think it will be a great companion next to my Starkiller one. Do you have Kanan sabers? No, I don't have Kanan sabers anymore. It was a really nice hilt, so again, it's really hard to let go a lot of these hilts. Do you recommend Dark Wolf saber? I've heard a lot of good things about Dark Wolf sabers, if you're curious. He has got a lot of selection, and he's also a certified LGT reseller too. Really good collection. You could find Ray Scavenger, for example, if you want a nice functioning Ray one. There's a Profi Kylo Ren one in there, probably the most affordable Kylo Ren saber you can get, actually. So definitely a good one. I swear this fly needs to land sometime. You're gonna get tired out. I'm gonna murder you. Let's see. Who would win, Darth Vader or fused by? I'm not familiar with that character, the comic one. Starkiller Saber is on Vader's Vault. Yeah, Vader's Vault has their own version. Actually, believe it or not, Vader's Vault's first ever custom saber they did is actually Starkiller Saber. So it's kind of like one of their icon sabers that they've done from their website. So if you ever wanted to know a little bit of history about Vader's Vault, their Starkiller one was the very first design that they ever did. Sorry, I'm just watching this fly. Would you land so I could kill you? You know what? I'm gonna have this handy. So I could. So whenever he gets in my view, without spilling my drink, I'm just gonna deck him out. What's your most expensive or favorite saber? My currently most expensive one that I have is again this one's my most expensive one currently until I get Ezra's lightsaber, specifically the blaster saber combo, and once that's installed, then that will be my most expensive one from start to finish. Do you think Sabis will add a crossguard option, and do you think they will sell cannons? Cannons could be a possibility for a legacy one. As far as crossguard Sabi sabers, probably not. What do you think of the sabers from the pack store? I like them. Most of the ones that I did from the pack store is from the Ultimate Works lineup. And the nice thing about that one is the removable chassis system that they use. Which means that if you buy, let's say, one of the Ultimate Works sabers on their site and you got it fully installed with either Asteria or Profi, and what's cool is that the majority of the designs that they have from the Ultimate Works line is that you can literally remove the chassis from your fully installed one and pop it into another hilt without having to spend all that extra money for another fully installed one. You just have to kind of keep note that if you go with their Ultimate Works line, the first one has to be a fully installed one, and then any other hilt after that you would want to select as a pre-kit. The pre-kit is a lot cheaper, and it was basically going to save you a lot more money. So you could just pop your chassis in and out, maybe just change a couple of the saber fonts around to match with your new hilt, and you'll be pretty much good to go. So it's a good way to save a lot of money and also build upon a collection. But yeah, no problem. Just keep in mind that a lot of the Ultimate Works designs are pretty popular, especially with a lot of the extra exposure that I gave them over the years with a lot of the reviews that I've done. So if there's something fancy coming, I don't know exactly when, but Ultimate Works, or specifically Paxar, I mean, they share the same thing. They're supposed to be making a what was it? The High Republic lightsaber. You can kind of make it out there. The fancy one that I have over there that kind of opens up on the sides. So that High Republic saber, they're actually making that one. I don't know if it's going to be released this year. They did show a teaser video, I think, back in February. So kind of keep that in mind for your next purchase. What is the cheapest lightsaber you have? I just had it here a second ago. Oh. Would be this one right here. Come on, fly, let's go. I swear. He just hasn't landed yet. He's just buzzing across my ear and it's so annoying. So yeah, the Outcast Saber one, this is probably my least expensive one. I spent, what was it? It was fully installed with whatever board this is. I have no idea what board it was, but this was like 140 bucks. Even came with the blade. So Outcast Saber, there's a link to the actual hilt in the review. Any advice or suggestions for when visiting Galaxy's Edge? Just basically go and have fun. Try to get a reservation for a Rise of the Resistance. If you don't know, Rise of the Resistance, I believe in both parks, actually, California and Disney World, uses a reservation system to get on Rise. So which means that you'll need to have the Disney app, which my first advice is to download the Disney app on your phone. I would show you, but I'm using the phone right now. And to make an account or log in with an existing account. And then at 7 o'clock in the morning, if you're going to the California location, if that's your destination, then at 7 o'clock you could attempt for a boarding group for Rise. And your second attempt is at 12, but you got to be really quick because that thing fills up fast. And I guess the other advice too is to also use the Disney app. Is probably the main advice just for Disney in general, is because you'll be able to keep track of what the wait times are for rides, so you can kind of better plan your initial trip for what sections you want to go. And also you could also use it for mobile ordering, which as far as Disneyland California, when I was there on May 4th, a lot of the places that you can eat were specifically using mobile ordering instead of just going in, sit down or whatever. So things are a little bit wonky still until things go back to fully normal. But Disney app is definitely going to be your friend. Shout out to the fly. No shout out to the fly. He's gonna be dead. Actually, where did he go? Things are quiet. I don't like it when it's quiet. Maybe I ignored him long enough. He just like left. He's like, yeah, screw it, I'm out. James, do you work any? Yeah, I work. I work a normal job, a normal 9 to 5 job. Actually, it's not really 9 to 5. It's more like 7 to 4. Do you work any jobs besides YouTube? If so, what are they? Unless if it's personal. Yep, personal. YouTube is not a job. I mean, well, for me personally, I don't look at YouTube as a job. For me, YouTube is more of a hobby that I do, yes, make X amount of income every month from the platform. But as far as just anything goes, I do work a, normal paying job like most other people. Are you going to Star Wars Celebration? That's a good question. I'm trying to actually find out what happened to my original ticket, because for Star Wars Celebration before the pandemic, believe it or not, I actually had something in my email for Star Wars Celebration because I missed out on the tickets beforehand, like the Saturday and Friday. And in my email, there was a ticket for all like 3 days for Star Wars Celebration. The weird thing about it, even though it had my name and my information, it said $0. And I was like, this has got to be fake. It's got to be a fake email or something for me to click on something, which there was no links to click on anything. It looked all legit. So I contacted Celebration and I was like, I just got this email that had a ticket information for all these days, but there's no price and I didn't pay for anything. And apparently someone, I have no idea who, gave me free passes for Star Wars Celebration, which I did revert that over to the next one, which I don't know if it's reverted to the new now release date, so I have to figure out to see what happened with those tickets and to see if those were even valid. But yeah, someone gave me free tickets for Star Wars Celebration. I have no idea who, as there's no name attached to it whatsoever, just my information. So I thought that was pretty neat. Start killing Anakin. What's your favorite Galaxy's Edge saber? I would say Obi-Wan, Darth Maul, and Clone Wars Ahsoka. I also like the Rey one. I mean, I did say the Rey one was kind of added to my favorites for Legacy Sabers, even though it had a couple things wrong with it, but it was still pretty decent for what it is, especially for the price of 140 bucks. I mean, it's not bad at all. Oh, Mr. Fly, you're back. We were beginning to worry about you. It would be a shame if something happened to you, Fly. I know a way you can hit the Fly. Pretend it's DX Sabers. Let's see. Which lightsaber should I get when I go to Galaxy's Edge? Whichever one has your interest. You know, when you go there, they will let you hold the sabers that they have in the display case and see which one is going to cater towards your interest. That's usually the best advice, is to hold the hilts and check for yourself to see which ones are, of course, in stock and which ones you think are going to make you happy. What's up? Currently the ceiling tile and a random fly somewhere is what's currently up at the moment. Oh, what else? Oh, I forgot to mention, where did I put it actually? Oh, here it is. I did finally finish my my knight figurine. Again, the stream ain't going to do it justice at all, but this is the first miniature that I ever painted, and it's just a knight here. And again, I wish you guys could see what I'm trying to show, but I got this new paint, actually, it's Citadel paint, and I used it for the base here, and I also used blood for the sword to make it drip down. And the paint that I used, that I was waiting for such a long time, are these here. So if you guys wanted some ideas for painting, these might be worth checking out. These are Citadel paints. So this, what I was trying to show, how can I show this? Let me see if I have a better option up here. Nope. Yeah, maybe this will be a better way to show. You can kind of make out what I'm trying to show you guys, but if you look at the base, you can see the ground is all cracked up. It's all broken apart. There's a Citadel paint that you could try called the Agrillian Earth. So when you apply this, it's all obviously wet paint, but when it dries, it leaves this crusted up effect, and it's great for like platforms and stuff like that, bases for your figures. And then if you want something cool like blood, if you want to add blood for your figures, they have the Citadel paint called Blood of the Blood God, which is a very gruesome paint. And again, the stream's not going to do it justice, but I kind of did a little thing here where I added it to this little statue here, and it's dripping down. But it's pretty gruesome looking in person. And then if you want a snow base, they have this one here called Valhallian Blizzard, which you scoop it out, and when it dries, it leaves a really cool snow patch effect. And if you can't already tell, I have so many things to paint. You would find me painting or printing more than painting. Like this guy I painted. I am hyped for on Kel. Yeah, like I said, Kel Kestis' Legacy Saber when that comes out. If you get two of them, you can connect them together. What type of 3D printer do you have? It is a resin printer. Actually, let me go ahead and just take you to the printer, because I do need to check on it again anyways. Alright, we're on a journey. I know you see more of the room. It's a mess. Alright. So there it is. So this is my resin printer. It's currently covered at the moment. I'm just seeing if there's any defects with the print. Okay, looks like we're good. I don't see any, last time when I was printing this piece out, it was sliced in half, and I don't know if it was due to the weight or something. But it looks like we're good. So I am happy that this is not a wasted 7 hours, and I still got another hour to go anyways until this is done. But you notice, here, let me bring you guys closer actually. So if you guys can't tell, there is liquid resin right here on the bottom in this black vat. And as you can see, the printer, all this thing does, it goes up and it goes down. It will go up and down. And as you can see, it's already making whatever it is that I put on here. So it's very bizarre how this thing works. But so far, things are going good on this one. And that bird is loud, I swear. And then over here, oh no, turn around. There you go. And over here I have, this is a cure and wash station. So what this does is that I wash my prints on here and then I cure it. I have a jar that's on the other side filled with basically isopropyl alcohol. And basically this has two different attachments. So when you turn this on, there is a wash cycle and a cure cycle. And I'm planning on doing like a separate video talking about the resin printing for those of you who might be interested in it. But when you put your jar up here first, you remove this and you run it through a wash cycle. When it's done, you let the prints fully dry. Then you attach this attachment on here, like so. Switch this to cure, and then you set the timer here for how long you want it to dry. It goes in increments of a minute at a time. And the time frame really depends on, well, how big the print is. If it's really big, you want it to let it cure for a while. If it's small, then you don't have to set it for, you know, that long of a time frame. So, oh no, there you go. So that's a little bit of the process of the resin printing. Now I can see the chat. I couldn't see the chat because it barely pops up here on the phone. Oh, there's that fly again. Let's go, fly. I'm not going crazy. There's a fly. You guys saw that. I'm thinking of painting my staff today. Very nice. Jar Jar is the best, and Ventress is the worst. Are you a Jedi or a Sith? Well, seeing as I want to murder this fly right now, I guess I'm a little bit more Sith at the moment. What's a good NeoPixel lightsaber for low budget? Pack Store Revan would be one. You can get it for just a little bit over 300 if I remember correctly. Are you gonna land, fly? I swear. I was hoping to kill this fly before I end the stream, but I don't think that's gonna happen. I'm gonna have to turn this room upside down. That's dope. Would you travel the Star Wars universe? Yeah, I would. When did you first start liking Star Wars? I don't know, ever since I was a kid. I don't know how old I was technically, but I liked it since I was a kid. You know what lightsaber that I miss? And this is just, I had a handful of different Star Wars toys as a child. But one of the first Star Wars ever lightsabers that I had as a kid growing up was the 2002 Qui-Gon Jinn lightsaber. A lot of you probably remember those 2002 lightsabers, right? The little toy plastic ones. You know, press the lever and you swing it out and your blade comes out. Those things were very durable at the time. But I had the Qui-Gon Jinn one. That was probably my first ever lightsaber that I had in my life growing up. I should find one on eBay just to kind of relive that childhood moment. Review something from my past. I think that'd be a fun little video. But yeah, that was one of the things that I had. And the other ones too were those Star Wars figures that would have the little microchip thing in it. So if you had that one device, you could take the chip and put it over and it'll say like, I think 4 different quotes for the different characters. And that was also something that I had as a kid too. Do you know how to use a lightsaber reverse grip? Kind of, somewhat, not too much. could you find a link to the printer that you bought? Yes, I can actually, since I'm currently here on Amazon. It was the Anycubic Photon Mono. So let me go ahead and get that link for you for the exact one that I bought. Keep in mind that sometimes it goes on sale every so often. Like right now it's on sale, but sometimes you can find it for as low as $210. Just let me, I need to bring up something for you. What's your, oh, sorry, it disappeared on my phone. What was it? What was your favorite lightsaber blade color? Yellow and blue are my two favorite blade colors. If you had a real lightsaber, what color would it be? Honestly, as far as the colors go, it'd probably be more towards yellow. I know, for some reason, like if you ever watch me swing around lightsaber blades, especially double-bladed ones, you'll notice that for the most of the colors are pretty simple, but when it hits yellow, that's when I go full crazy and like just go all out with it. Something about that yellow, it just kind of calls to me, you know? Let's see, Amazon. Okay, hold on. I need to bring up this page really quick for Core Gamer because he had a question about what printer I have. No, where was it? It's Shopify. All right, and where is that link at? Hold up, I had it here in a second ago. Oh, here it is. And where's the copy link? Again, you guys are blocking my view with the phone. It's not your guys' fault, it's just I was trying to make things a little bit easier. So here's the resin printer that I have. There's the link for it right there. I hope XR restocks soon. Yeah, I know they're a little bit behind because of the pandemic thing. Oh, those flies? Yeah, don't worry, I'll take care of them. They're not the annoying flies. They'll go away as soon as I kill their master that's flying around here. So yeah, that's the resin printer that I have. It doesn't come with any resin by default, just so you know. The resin that I use specifically, because there's a few different options, I use specifically the Anycubic branded ones. I haven't had any issues with it. I mean, the only issues that I have is based on user error, but I've been using mostly the gray one, as you can see from the many prints that I have here. And it's very easy to set up too. You just need to make sure that you have proper equipment like gloves. In fact, I actually just got some gloves. So if you're thinking of getting into resin printing, you would want these type of gloves here. It's spelled Nitrile gloves, nitroline gloves. I don't know if the stream is reversed or not, but you would want these type of gloves for resin printing if you're going to get a resin printer. Not your basic gloves. These ones will protect your hands, and maybe some safety goggles. It's basically just common sense knowledge, really, when it comes to resin printing and safety concerns. And don't drink the resin, obviously. Did you talk about your Avengers Campus plan yet? Yeah, just kind of quickly recap. As far as Avengers Campus goes, my plan is that I'm going to be there during the daytime, so I won't be able to see it at night. And I'm going to record during the day for what I can. And basically, I was going to give you guys a first impressions kind of video of what I thought about Avengers Campus, kind of like what I did with Galaxy's Edge, and share anything that I may pick up along the way. I only have 4 things planned to pick up, but if I get anything else, you'll see it showcased in the video. But that's really about it. And then eventually I'll have a second video for Avengers Campus whenever I go back to see it at nighttime. That's the current plan with it. One of the treats that I want is I want the giant Princeal. They're going to have a giant Princeal there that looks to be massive based on the clips that I've seen. So eventually I'll have a photo with me holding it so you guys can see how big it is. So hopefully that's delicious. Do you have plans on reviewing the Cal Kestis lightsaber at Galaxy's Edge? Yes. Whenever that comes out, I will have a review. I mean, not same day. It's probably going to be released when, I'm assuming it's probably going to be released on the days that I'm not in the park, like most of the other ones. So I'll probably have to get a smuggler to help me acquire a couple of them, since you could connect them. What would be more expensive, buying a saber or 3D printing one? Well, technically, buying a custom saber would be more expensive. Let me actually bring over the resin printed one that I did. So this one here, this one is resin printed. Oh god, DX Sabers are packs. So do not buy from DX Sabers. That is a sin. If you want to get gypped and lose money and have no service or support, customer support, then you can choose to get scammed by DX Sabers. Avoid that one. Pack store 100%. But yeah, like I said, this one here, this is 100% resin printed off my printer. So that little tiny printer did this. That's because this was done in multiple pieces, actually. Most of these are a ton of stuff. My only tip with this one here is if you do resin print this one, my advice is when you're doing these silver parts here and these black pieces here, because these are little thin pieces that you could print out, is when you add 4 of these in here, flip 2 of them around. So that way, when you are removing the supports, you'll have at least one clean side. Because you might be able to notice the little dots here. These are just from the support structure here, and the same thing on the other side. So that would be my tip for this one, is when you're doing these this section here, again, the silver plate and the black plate, when you add 4 of them, flip 2 of them over, so that way you'll have a perfectly clean side when you add those. But that would be my tip for that one. And these do, function like that too. So these do close up as they should. So yeah. So that's a fun one. I would like to carry that into Galaxy's Edge, but the problem is the glue that I used doesn't like the heat too much, and it kind of undid a couple things. So I don't know I don't know. You guys have any good options for gluing resin prints, like something that's solid that's going to stay there permanently until you break it? Or just any good recommendation for glue to use? I tried to use super glue, that didn't do much, or Gorilla Glue. As a first NeoPixel saber, which company should I go with? If you're looking for something relatively inexpensive, but with NeoPixel, the Pack Store would be a good option. What do your parents think of your obsession with lightsabers? Ooh, that's an interesting one. They don't really care, to be quite honest. If anything, I probably annoy my mom when I dress up. She's like, "You're dressing up again, and I have to stand next to you?" I was like, "No, you don't have to." Yeah, the packs are here. Let me link the company. 1 second. I'm trying to get my mom to actually dress up for once, just to get her to wear a Jedi robe or something. Let's see, let's go to custom sabers. It hasn't happened yet, but she wants to wear a shirt that says Star Trek is better. But no luck. What type of lightsaber blade is made for? Specifically, just a heavy grade blade is meant for heavy dueling. Logix glue extra strength, huh? I'll have to check that one out. JB Weld or epoxy. Yeah, I'll need to find something just to give it a strong connection. I haven't found a part yet, because I know for this design there was a cool fancy way of holding your hilts, like on a belt clip, but I haven't found files for that piece yet. I would like to find it so I could kind of make this a little bit more complete. But it'd be so cool to walk around Galaxy's Edge with that saber and have people tripping out over it. But that one was a fun one. Resin epoxy? Oh, I'll have to check that out. There was some glue I had, I don't know what it was, but it said also for resin, which is currently what it's dabbed on here, but yeah, it just didn't like the heat. I had it on a saber stand, and literally one day when I came out here, the saber was drooping down and pending because of the glue. I was like, okay, that's not a good idea, so I'm just gonna keep it standing upwards for now. So what time is it? It's now going on 12:30 actually, and I think my game should be fully installed by now on the PlayStation 5. I was mostly waiting for a game to install while I was doing the stream, but I think it's already fully installed and good to go. So I thank you guys for joining me on this bit of a lengthy stream. It was fun to hang out. The next lightsaber video review, I believe, is going to be on the KY Lightsabers Jedi Killer right here. I don't know what day yet. I mean, I'm kind of, since tomorrow's a holiday, Memorial Day, I'm kind of treating this as my own 3D weekend to enjoy as well. So, I don't know, maybe Wednesday. Maybe Wednesday might be a lightsaber review by then, and kind of go from there. But, yeah, like I said, thank you guys for joining in. I'm going to try to get Boba Fett finished up as far as printing goes, hopefully as long as that piece turned out good, and then get started also on The Mandalorian. Because what I would like to do is that I would like to do a separate video where I just kind of walk you guys with resin printing. For those of you who might have an interest in the resin printer that I'm using, or just resin printing in general, if you guys want more information, I'm going to try to do a separate video dedicated to that, talk about my experiences between when I first got into it, what do I think, the different options, prints that are hollow to solid, and from little miniatures and all that, tips and tricks. So I think that would be kind of fun little video who might be looking into that particular hobby. But once again, thank you guys for joining me, and I'll see you guys next time. Until then, this fly is going to be dead. Wait. Before we go, I think I might be able to get him right here. I just need him to land. Oh, no. I'm not. He landed on my cup, and it's filled with liquid. I swear, he came in at the perfect time to piss me off. Hold on, where did he go? I want to see if I can hit this fly really quick. All right, where'd he go? Oh, he took off. Never mind. Until then, you guys have a good one.